If we really don't want to leave anyone behind, as the 2030 agenda is setting out so boldly, specifically from an intergenerational perspective and from a gender transformative perspective as well, because girls suffer often even more from being deprived of their right to education. The international community needs to come to terms with the fact that we must end the age of resource extractivism and colonial exploitation of developing countries to further accommodate the hoarding of unimaginable levels of non-productive capital, non-productive wealth by a few at a degree that has never been seen before in the history of humankind. Across regions, student movements have also denounced the role of big multinationals in exploiting, as you were saying, tax loopholes and promoting corruption in order to avoid their tax responsibilities. Multinationals, tech companies, the private sector in its totality, they can be great allies in education, but it seems that they have purposefully misunderstood for decades their role. Their role is not to run philanthropic education initiatives and foundations. They can do that, but the main point is that they fully pay their taxes to sustain public education through a widened fiscal space, as it has been said by colleagues here on the panel. We believe that this intergenerational approach to education financing needs to end tax privileges and preferential treatment to big corporations and the super rich, since the money that they are stealing from youth, from young people, from schools, from universities, from hospitals and other public service institutions. On a system level, and I've been hearing it in many panels here, also unrelated to education, we will need to achieve just representation of developing countries in global decision-making, and the discrimination in special drawing rights, and austerity and public wage bill constraints imposed through such measures to establish fair tax trade rules with developing countries as equal partners. And ultimately, we also have to look at allowing for debt cancellation and debt reallocation for those countries that are spending more on debt servicing than they spend on their education.